Hey, thanks for tuning in. My name is Chris with the Headlight Revolution, and this is another lighting product review. Today I have the pleasure of showing you the JW Speaker TS3000 line of lights. You can see here's the packaging. They come in the TS3000R, which is a 6-inch round LED light, or the TS3000V, which is a 5x7 LED light. The first thing I want to point out, you can kind of get an idea of what the lights look like by this packaging, but most people might be more familiar with the JW Speaker 7-inch round 8700 LED light. So if you already have these lights on your Jeep, I would definitely recommend that you consider, if you're also looking for some LED off-road driving lights, to look at the TS3000. They're made by the same company. They look really good together. They have a lot of the same styling cues. And a lot of people just don't know that the company who makes these LED headlights also sells like a bumper mounted driving light. So I just wanted to point that out real quick. It's a great combination to do the TS3000 along with your 8700s, all from JW Speaker. The TS3000 is a very interesting light because it doesn't really look like anything else that you're going to find on the market, and it performs different also. These are made in Germantown, Wisconsin, so probably made in the USA. And first I want to show you the packaging, then we're going to get into actually looking at the product, and then we're going to demo it and show you how it actually looks on the road, so don't go anywhere. First thing I want to point out about the packaging of this product is that it is phenomenal. JW Speaker really outdid themselves with this packaging. The display aspect, having it in your store or just showing your friends after you purchased it, is great. It's not plain looking at all, so it's a lot of fun to look at. There's a lot of good information. But if you just start from the very front of, say, the TS3000R package, it says extreme, rugged, powerful, and below the speaker engineered lighting solutions logo, there's all the different options for what you might have in this package. So pencil beam or driving beam, silver finish or black finish, glass lens or polycarbonate lens, DOT compliant or ECE compliant. And then if you move over to the TS3000V, the oval version, you see all the same options. So it's really easy to tell exactly what you've got here. So this one in particular, we have a driving beam. It's a black finish, which refers to the outside finish. The inside, with the projectors and the lens, is going to be the same finish on either one. It's the outside that either looks black or silver. We have polycarbonate lens instead of glass, and they are DOT compliant. Now here's the thing with being DOT compliant versus ECE compliant. ECE is the European code, just like DOT is the American code. Headlight Revolution does not sell the ECE version. We only stock, and we can only offer our customers the DOT compliant version. If you're watching this and you want to buy something from Europe, you have to find the JW Speaker product from a European distributor. Another notable thing is the fact that it says DOT compliant is because this is the driving beam version. You can actually have these lights installed on your vehicle and aim them properly and use them on the road. They say DOT compliant. This is one of the only LED lights of this style that are legal to use while you're driving down the highway. On the top, it says 3 reasons to upgrade to LED. Superior visibility, crisp, clean, bright white light that turns night into day. Extreme durability, no breakable bulbs or fragile filaments. Unmatched longevity. LED lights last 20 times longer than HID bulbs. On the back, you've got again the picture of the two TS3000R LED driving lights, and then an example of the driving beam versus the pencil beam. It says max candela is 60,000. 2.8 amps at 12 volts, 1.4 amps at 24 volts. Here's our pencil beam version, different than the driving lamp. This is going to be more of like a spotlight. Again, you can get a clear idea of how wide it is. Then over here it says the TS3000R driving lights deliver an unprecedented lighting power for over 50,000 hours with minimum power consumption, making them superior to HID. If we move on to the TS3000V, now this is the original. The TS3000R, the 6-inch round version, is the new one. The TS3000V is a 5-inch by 7-inch oval light, and this was the original. But again, it's available in black or silver, driving or pencil beam, and it comes with a polycarbonate lens. So on the front here you can see the product kind of installed on this Jeep Wrangler. up near the windshield. And on the front, the same picture again, a little bit bigger. Nothing pierces through the darkness like the TS3000. State-of-the-art electronics, high-tech optics, and rugged die-cast housing combine to deliver an amazing beam pattern and durability you've only ever dreamed of. The TS3000 is an extreme LED driving light for those who enjoy extreme driving. Now already, they're saying rugged, extreme, powerful, rugged, extreme, powerful, all over the place, superior to HID. They're really promising a lot with this packaging, and hopefully once we're done reviewing it, I can agree with them. So now I'm going to open the box and you're going to see how they package this thing, and it's really apparent that JW Speaker is proud of this product. They take it seriously and they understand the investment that you, the consumer, makes when you purchase it, because look at how they package this. In shipping, in transit, this thing's not going anywhere. And it's actually a pretty ingenious design. You open it up, you unfold it, and at that point the plastic lets loose and the thing pops right out. So here's a first look. It comes with a plastic blackout cover with the big speaker logo on the front. So on the back you can see the heat sink made out of aluminum and powder coated in this silver color. You can see the 2-pin waterproof connector. Also on the back, everything's very nice construction. Everything's top notch. All the hardware is really, really nice stainless steel. You have a fender bolt up here and a cap screw up there. And the way this works is you just pry these off and set it aside. And now there's your light. This is the TS3000 5x7 oval light. So the only thing that's written on the face of the light is the speaker logo, both at the top and the bottom. Doesn't say anything else about any other codes or anything, so that's really all you get in terms of descriptions on the product of itself. If you look at the back, again, there's not much back here. Normally on a JW Speaker product you're going to have all kinds of manufacturing markings and dates of construction and whatnot, but this one doesn't have any of that. So here's the bracket. I just knocked the nut off the bolt. It's just this little foot bracket, so it's very adjustable. I'll show you that. You just put your bolt through there, nut it on the back, and then look at the amount of adjustment that you have. So if you had it sitting flat, you could bring it up and tilt it, or you could bring it down and make it straight. So because it's a curved bracket, you can really get a lot of adjustment out of it. The TS3000R is packaged the exact same way in this stretchy plastic container so that it's not going to get beat up during shipping. You just simply unfold it and everything comes apart. And now here's the TS3000R. This is a 6-inch round LED driving light. A lot of the same features as the TS3000V. It's got practically an identical mounting foot here with the same really high quality stainless steel hardware. It has a little bit different wiring clip on the back, but it is also waterproof. So everything's very, very nice. The front has, again, a plastic blackout cover. And you just pry the tabs apart. And there's the TS3000R. So on this one, you've got the speaker logo embossed on the inside, right between the 4 projectors. So that's the company logo. On this side, printed on the lens, it says SAE HLY and the number 12. On this side, printed on the lens, it says DOT, VO, and LED. On the back side, again, you've got your aluminum heatsink, and these 2 gray plugs are moisture vents or pressure relief vents, and that's to help with relieving excess condensation that may build up due to temperature changes or something of that nature. And if you can see on the inside here of this lip, right here, right below my finger, it says speaker TS3000R 12-24 volt 35 watt max. And again, that's all of the stuff that's written on the back of this. So there's not a ton of information, but there is a lot of information published. So one question is, why are we showing you both of these lights together in the same review? The biggest reason is that they're extremely similar, and I wanted to give you a good side-by-side comparison to decide which TS3000 you would prefer. Also, the beam pattern on these is extremely similar, so I'm going to show you one with a pencil beam and one with a driving beam to give you a good idea of the different options. The thing that makes these very similar to the rest of the JW Speaker line would be the projector lenses that are in front of each LED. So behind each of these 4 projectors is an individual LED. So the combination of these 4 lights using these optics at the power level that they're driven creates the pretty incredible light output that we're going to show you in just a second. So before we shut off the lights and show you a demonstration of the beam pattern, I'm going to go over some specifications. Now both of these lights have essentially the same specifications, which is another reason why we're doing the video together. The TS3000 is a 12 to 24 volt input light. The driving beam output produces 60,000 max candela. The pencil beam light output produces 117,500 max candela. They're available in driving or pencil beam, come with a hard-coated polycarbonate lens. They use rugged solid-state LEDs, which can withstand shock and vibration, utilize long-lasting LEDs, which means never having to replace another bulb again. The housing is made of die-cast aluminum for maximum protection, and they come in your choice of a silver or black colored housing. They have a universal mount with a single stainless steel bolt, and the driving beam is DOT compliant. Lastly, the covers are available in black, amber, blue, or a clear polycarbonate lens, which can be purchased separately. Regardless if you're using the TS3000R or the TS3000V, the pencil beam or the driving beam, these lights take 2.8 amps of power at 12 volts DC. They're sealed to IP67 waterproof rating and meet FMVSS 108 standards compliance. Now something interesting about these lights is JW Speaker does not advertise the lumen output, but if you're looking at anything like Vision X, Rigid Industries, GTR Lighting, all the different lighting companies pretty much compete on a lumen output. Whether you're buying a flashlight, an HID conversion kit, or an LED off-road light bar. JW Speaker doesn't play that game because they know that the lumen output that most people advertise is theoretical. And in a real-world application, the thing that actually matters is your candela output. Normally, to get a lumen output number, the manufacturer will say, theoretically, this particular LED at this particular voltage in perfect conditions should produce approximately, let's say, 1200 lumens for a single 10-watt LED chip. Well, once you put that on a bulb or behind a lens or with different optics in a particular housing along with other LEDs that get hot to reduce efficiency, now all of a sudden in a real-world application, that 10-watt LED might only produce 500 lumens. So the lumen isn't even measured correctly by most manufacturers. So JW Speaker chooses to use the candela rating. So a lumen is a standard unit of measurement used to describe how much light is contained in a certain area. A candela is a measurement of the intensity of the light, and both are very simple definitions of complex measurements. Most companies tell you the lumen output, but even then, most companies cheat and only give you the theoretical or the raw lumen output, not the actual measured output. Describing the power of a light using candela is really the only way to accurately describe the amount of usable light the product puts out. So that should clear up any questions as to why JW Speaker doesn't have the lumen rating posted, only the candela rating posted. So here we are about 20 feet away from the back of our garage door, and this is the pencil beam light output for the TS3000. This is a really interesting beam pattern. When you see a light like this, you really don't expect it to create a shape like this. Now this is only 20 feet away. When you get into a real-world driving application, this light is absolutely mind-blowing how bright it is and how far down the road it goes. So we're going to show you that next, but I just wanted to show you a close-up representation of the beam pattern so you kind of get an idea of what it's doing. So it's pretty wild that a company can take 4 great big LED projectors and create this type of a light output. It's not super wide, but again, it's called a pencil beam. It's a spotlight, and it does a great job at that. This is probably the tightest spotlight or pencil beam pattern that you are ever gonna find on any application. So if you are looking for a pencil beam, this is the one to get. The coloring is fantastic. It's a little blue around the edges, but on the inside you can tell that there's some yellowing. So when this gets on the road, you're gonna get a really, really nice pure white kind of a color. So by contrast, here is your driving beam pattern. The pencil beam is supposed to be a very tight spotlight, and the driving beam is supposed to be just that use for driving down the road, giving you a really wide left to right output to see everything that you possibly can and not go too high. So again, it's a very rectangular light output. It's like a bigger version of the pencil beam pattern. It's very, very interesting. You really wouldn't expect this kind of light from what these ones look like. So it's a great big rectangular bar of light with kind of some shadowing going out from the center vertically. So starting at the middle, it shadows up, and starting from the middle, it shadows down, kind of giving you some different areas of light. But again, we're 20 feet away, and this light output is very, very wide and extremely focused. You can tell that they did a lot of work just to make sure that light was strategically placed in only the most usable spots for driving. Now that we've shown you what they look like on our wall, to give you an idea what the beam pattern looks like, let me show you what they look like in real life driving situations. The first one we're going to show you is the DOT approved driving beam pattern. The first thing that caught my eye was the different shapes of light from the very front of the vehicle to the main light output. So up until about 10 or 15 yards, the lighting is kind of weird. It's got some shadowing. There's a big yellow patch of light. It makes the ground look rusty. It's so yellow. But right beyond that, the light is absolutely incredible. So you can see our stop sign at the end of this display is at 200 yards. So this thing goes way beyond it. The trees are another 50 feet after that. So a lot of the off-road lights that we show won't even reach the stop sign at 200 yards. This thing goes way beyond 200 yards. So in terms of the specifications that JW Speaker has for, you know, the distance and the width of the light, absolutely. Totally 100% proven in this picture. You can see that this is just one of them, and it lights up pretty much the entire road. If you had a pair of these on the front of your vehicle aimed at appropriate driving levels, these would be awesome for even full-blown headlights if you wanted to. You wouldn't even need regular headlights. These already put enough light on the road. So here's a driving beam pattern, super wide. It goes super far down the road. The only thing that I don't like about it is the funny shape of the light at the very beginning of the beam pattern, but this is an awesome looking light. The coloring that goes down the road is pure white. It looks fantastic. Next up, we have the pencil beam pattern for the TS3000. This is held at the exact same level and alignment as our driving beam pattern. You can see the pattern is way different. There's almost no left to right spread. It's basically illuminating the one half of the road until it gets down to about the trees. Again, our signs are set up in 10-yard increments all the way to 100, and the stop sign is another 100 yards away. The trees are another 50 feet or so, and if the trees weren't there, I believe that this would go even further. So it's very, very tight. All the different colors that we could see on the garage door wall blend together to make a really nice white color. There's no weird violet, there's no weird yellow. It's all concentrated in the middle, and it's a great looking light output, and you can see it's super strong. Just to give you an idea, we raised the light up a couple of inches to go past the road, because at first we had it at the same level as the driving light, just to give you an idea of the A-B comparison. But then we moved it up a hair so the light wasn't focused so much on the road, but a long distance, and you can see that this light would have absolutely no problem shining way past our 200-yard marker. So if you go by the specs on the JW Speaker website, this is a very impressive light. So in terms of does the TS3000 hype match its performance, I would say absolutely yes. These lights blow other stuff that we've tested out of the water. 100% better than many other LED driving light products that are available. The coolest thing about these, again, is that not only are they super bright, but they're tough, they have a lifetime warranty, and they're going to match the JW Speaker LED headlights if you're using those also. If you want to see what we demo and test next and what kind of reviews we have coming on the future lighting products, please subscribe to our channel. If you want to purchase a set of TS3000s, visit our website. It's www.headlightrevolution.com. So we'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.